Hey camera, how's it going? I'm gonna do one in the day. I'm doing day 13 of Vlog a Lot in October. I'm doing it in the day finally because I have a little free time to myself for the next, I don't know, 20 minutes where I can film one of these and start the upload. So I'm at work. I work part-time at a production house, and we write songs and sequences and mix and stuff for artists, and we're just kind of turning into an independent record label, so we're going to be signing artists and stuff like that, mostly local stuff right now, but we're going to have a team of publicists and marketing and you know, videographers and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. I kind of plan on moving possibly to the States, so I don't know how long I'll be working with this company, but I might end up staying here and then I might continue working with the company. Everything is kind of up in the air. So I'm just going to do a quick, there's really not anything to talk about down here other than music stuff, so I figure I will talk to you guys about music stuff and explain some of the knobs and buttons that are here. So basically it's a you know, audio stuff. You know, audio stuff. Alright, I'm glad I explained that to you guys. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a project, you know, a pro project studio. You know, a lot of different guitars. You want a lot of different guitars, so you can have different tunings. Different guitars have different sounds, different tones, and the wider array that you have, the less modifications you need to make to one single guitar that you have to achieve, you know, multiple tones and sounds on the fly. So basically we have PC systems that we're running a lot of synths on, and they run through this API lunchbox, through some EQs and pre's here. I'm not going to go and explain the models and everything because what's the point? It doesn't really matter to you guys anyways. So, and we're going through an SSL X-Logic super analog rack. SSL is really cool. The next interface and control surface I want to get is called, I think it's called the Nexus. I think, Nucleus. SSL Nucleus is the one I want to get, but it's like 5 Gs, so I'm gonna be getting that. Not gonna be getting that anytime soon. We got some pre's here, vintecs, which are modeled after the Neve 1073s, which were classic. So we got 2 of those. Just multiple systems. We got 2 Macs down here. One runs the main system, which is here. Another one runs our secondary Intel machine, so we can have access to a ton of extra Intel-only synths and stuff, because our main machine, we're running PPC still on the Mac, because it's stable, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In audio, in video, and a lot of professional things, updating like, oh, a new version of the OS came out, or this new features that, you will screw up everything if you do that. You gotta wait a long time to make sure that it's stable, usually like at least 6 months to a year, before making a major jump when you're in a production studio or a main studio. If you have clients coming in and you're like, well, I can't work because I just screwed up my computer by updating it, so, you know, you lose business that way. Up here we have a lot of outboard gear. Some things that we're not really using, like this Behringer 8024, which is kind of like a, I guess, DSP type stuff. Tascam DA45HR, which is a DAT machine, not really using that. Waves Max BCL, this is a beast, this thing. It allows you to compress, add extra bass, and limit it. It's kind of a mastering tool. TC Electronics, we have a few finalizers. Really cool for EQs and compressions, kind of all-in-one DSP box. Manley Voxbox Pre. Manley does really cool stuff. And also the Manley Massive Passive, which is a great EQ. Really great EQ. Millenia, another EQ. The NSEQ2. Really cool. The twin topology is really nice. Then we have some pairs of Chandler Limited germaniums going through then a destressor, which is a compressor, and another Chandler Limited germanium, which is an EQ, going through another compressor, so we can have multiple chains sending out to you know, different channels and using them accordingly. Other than that, we got some Avalon stuff. We got the 2044 and the 2055. 2044 is a compressor, stereo compressor. You can also unlink it so you can use the channels independently. And same with the 2055. It's an EQ though, and you can use the channels independently, which is really nice. We have this old Korg MS2000R, which is an analog modeling synth. Has a really good vocoder on it. We don't really get to use it that often because, one, vocoding, even though pretty dominant in pop music right now, just isn't... I don't know. Analog synths are such a pain in the ass to link up when we have, you know, a PC loaded with like tons of synths, and these two machines here that just, I mean, gosh, this computer synths and softwares and stuff are really making hardware synths and instruments kind of archaic. Hardware gear, like outboard gear, compressors, EQs, that type of stuff, you know, reverbs to a certain extent are never really going to be replaced, even though some of the digital reverbs that are coming in programs, Altiverb has really amazing stuff. This is really boring for you guys, isn't it? You know what, but this is what I do all day, so I'm going to talk about it, and today can be a day where I say a lot of stuff quickly and it just looks like pretty colors and nods, but that's fine, because again, I'm doing this for me as a documentation of what I did on this day at this time, and when I'm 80, if I happen to be lucky enough to live that long, I'll be able to look at this, assuming YouTube is still around, and say, hey, look, I had a lot more hair then. So, yeah. Continuing, we have a Universal Audio 1176LN limited limiting amplifier. This is really, really cool, really good, modeled after the great Yuri compressors, 1176. At home, I have an LA, what do I have? LA610, which is based on the LA2A compressor. That's the 1176. Same company, just different types of electronics and bits in them to make them sound a bit differently. Other than that, we got some Lexicon, old Lexicon verbs, PCM80 and PCM81. Nice API digital equalizer, dual equalizer, sorry, 5500. Really, really nice top end on this. Really cuts through, and you can really pinpoint it because it's got notch controls. And then, yeah, you know, I said the little lunchbox down here, which is also API, and that's basically it. We're running Pro Tools HD. We have two 192s and Rosetta 800 as an input, as an interface, so we get really clean audio. And I guess that's kind of it, guys. This is, you know, guitars. I don't need to say what the guitars are. Let's go on the mic booth here. And let me turn this light on. Man, this video is long. Basically here we got a Manley Gold Reference, which is kind of our go-to mic. Really, really nice mic. A little on the bright side, so it depends on the voice you're working with. Then we have here, obviously, the Neumann. What is this? Yeah, it's the M149, which is also really nice. A little warmer than the Manley is. So if you have somebody who, let me get the light on me here. If you have somebody who has, I don't know, you have to compliment it. You have somebody who has a low register, kind of thick voice, reference, Manley Reference, Gold Reference, works great on them. You have somebody with a little, you know, female or that needs added warmth to their vocal, then the Neumann is great. But that being said, we've used people, you know, females who have higher end register voices on the Manley, and it sounds great too. So really cool to have multiple ones. We had a UA, sorry, not a UA. We had a Neumann 87, but we sold it because we really weren't using it, even though it's a classic mic. We got a Mesa Boogie 412 down here, so we track guitars in here as well. Obviously, it's a project studio, so it's not big enough to accommodate tracking drums. But you know, we do a lot of pop, hip hop, R&B type of music, rock sometimes, but mainly pop, hip hop, R&B, and stock music stuff as well on the side, which is all programming and stuff like that with orchestration that we can do without needing to track live drums. So that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. This is Tipsy, the studio dog. She's a lab, chocolate lab pit bull mix, and she is the sweetest little pups, aside from my dog, of course. She loves coming here and curling up and sleeping. So this is just about 10 minutes long, and I apologize, but I thought I have some time, so let's do a good one. And I don't know if this was good. Let me know in the comments if any of this means anything to any of you. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Deuces!